Hello, hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Ji ayanu, pakhair agale, ni hao, chuneshumme, washmale, ohio gonzaimas, guten morgen, hola, bonjour, privyet, kaifal, and a very amazing khush ahmadid to everybody who's tuned into PTV World and are watching World this morning alongside the one and the only Shazad Khan. I hope that everybody's doing great. The day today is Thursday. It's getting colder day by day and chilly, and it's really hard at times to get out of the bed. But you know, your love actually draws me to the studio, and that's where I am right now. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a very amazing show packed up for you or lined up for you, and all of these amazing guests who are over here within the studios. And I just can't wait to get started. So it's time to rise and shine, wake and bake. Please get up. You know, I need that energy in all of you guys who are actually about to leave for work, and please make sure that you're always on time at work. And I think what we need to do right now is that we need to move on with our top stories. Let's see what's happening all around the globe. Good morning. Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi inaugurated the 47-kilometer Burhan Shah Maqsood section of Hazara motorway. Congratulations, Pakistan. The designated branches of scheduled banks would start receiving government scheme Hajj applications from January 15th. Australian police are looking for the owner of a small crocodile found wandering in the streets of Melbourne on Christmas Day. National cricket team arrived in Auckland to play 5-match one-day international series against New Zealand starting from 6th of January in Wellington. All-star Cook hit unbeaten century as England were 192 for 2 at stumps against Australia on the second day of 4th Ashes cricket test in Melbourne. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these were the top stories, and now let's see what do we have for you in our public service message box. Let me just take it out. All right, so the public service message today, ladies and gentlemen, is a very serious one. Yesterday, it was within the one of the local newspapers that 2 million people are actually suffering from mental illnesses, may it be depression, anxiety, and all of these other related problems as well. And by 2020, it is said that depression is going to be the number 2 biggest killer in the world. So I think that we really need to pay attention towards all of these things so that we actually go and consult psychologists and psychiatrists too as well. But other than that, my public service message today is that to avoid all of such illnesses, I think what we need to do is that we need to keep ourselves busy, but other than that, we need to keep ourselves fit too as well. I mean, if you think that gym will help, please make sure that you go to the gym. If you think running will help, please make sure that you run. If you think swimming will help, but any type of exercise will obviously help, because while you're exercising, because I'm a type of a guy where I go to the gym, so imagine that if you have got 40 kgs on one side and 40 kgs on the other side and you're lifting it on your chest, imagine, can you think about something else other than just picking up the rod so that it does not fall on your chest? So please make sure that you do exercise. And if you feel that you have started to behave differently, for example, let me tell you what happens when you are mentally ill, or you think that you're going from or you suffering from depression. What you need to do is that you need to realize that very simplest of the tasks cannot actually be fulfilled by you. So I think that's one of the signal. And if you're going to exercise, I think that it's going to get very better. Your blood pressure is going to be in control, and make sure that you eat a healthy diet too as well. And it is very much in line with what we're going to talk about today. But before I introduce my guest to you, I think we've got a very amazing video to share with you guys. Let's go. Let's take a look. Good morning. Stay healthy, stay fit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this was a wonderful video, and all of you might be thinking that, what's the purpose of this video? So we have actually been joined by somebody whose brainchild was Islamabad Run With Us, and while running, or obviously focusing on Islamabad, well, it's not really stuck to Islamabad. The idea is not just about Islamabad, it's about an entire Pakistan and showing what beauty we obviously have over here within Pakistan and the places we can go to explore while running and being fit as well. And other than that, we have actually been joined by the admins or the administrators of mountain biking Islamabad as well. So we'll talk to them and we'll ask them why are they doing so and what's the reason behind. So on my right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, very fit, very healthy gentleman. On my right hand side, I've been joined by somebody who's a professional businessman. He's a YouTube content creator, and he's basically the founder of Islamabad Run With Us as well. He's none other than Mr. Qasim Naz. Hello, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm good. How are you?
Thank you very much for joining us. It's lovely to have you guys over here, and I think I'm going to take inspiration from you because I really hate cardio. Whenever I go to the gym, it's very hard for me to be on the treadmill. So I would rather do push-ups or chin-ups. But thank you very much for coming over. Alongside Mr. Qasim Naz, we have been joined by somebody who's a professional engineer and an academic. He's a teacher too as well, and he's a runner, he's a cyclist, and he's joined Islamabad Run With Us and MTB Islamabad. He's the co-owner of Islamabad Run With Us and Mountain Biking Islamabad, and he's one of the administrators. He's none other than Mr. Naveedur Rahman. Hello Naveed, assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Hello, walaikum assalam. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us. It is lovely to have you besides us. And alongside Mr. Naveedur Rahman, we have been joined by somebody who's a professional businessman. Once again, he's a sports enthusiast, and he's a member of Islamabad Run With Us alongside Mountain Biking Islamabad. He's the administrator of both of these clubs. He's none other than Mr. Muhammad Bakir. Hello, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm fine. How are you?
Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for joining us. Last but not the least, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think that I'm going to talk about his professional career because what he did to project the soft image of Pakistan was just superb, because he literally went from Chandni Chowk, Rawalpindi to China on his bicycle, and we're going to ask him about his journey. He's none other than Mr. Wasim Khan. Hello Wasim, assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Walaikum assalam. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, I'm keeping up my enthusiasm, all the energy, and when you say assalamu alaikum, how are you, and in return if you get walaikum assalam, well, it's perfectly all right. Thank you very much for projecting the soft image of Pakistan to all of you, because you guys have done a great job. I've seen all of your videos too, but let's indulge in a bit of conversation. Why do you think that there was a need of such a club, Islamabad Run With Us, when you know that over here in Islamabad, people are quite used to of going to the gym, and they're fanatic about being fit or exercising as well?
Well, actually, there is no running culture in Pakistan. So we just want to promote the soft image of Pakistan. And also the aim of creating Islamabad Run With Us was that, with running, with the help of running, you can improve your cardiovascular and also the fitness level. So we started our club back in last year, September 2016.
And it has grown quite a lot.
Exactly. So when we started the club, we used to, we were around 4 to 5 runners, but now in every group runs, around 30 to 40 people join us every weekend.
We'll definitely talk about that. That part needs to come in later in the show as well. But how you yourself found out that you were a runner and you want to run? Because, for example, when you see Shoaib Akhtar's interviews as well, he's like, I was always fond of running and I'll run along the streets, and he was very ambitious about running. That's why you see him riding all of those heavy bikes. He wants to go fast. When did you got to know that, okay, I just need to run, or I have got this passion for running?
Well, in 2012, I was overweight. I was my weight was 110 kgs.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
Really?
So I decided to cycle and run. So first of all, I started from cycling, and in 3 months' time, I, shed around 52 pounds, 28 kgs.
That's cool.
And I wanted to maintain my weight. So then with cycling, I, started running as well.
Okay, so that's cool.
Yeah, and secondly, as I explained, as I told you earlier, that there is no running culture in Pakistan. So it's a very healthy activity, and in our group runs, lots of people from different fields, they join us. So we do socializing. We enjoy. We like go to different places.
So
We
you
explore.
motivate other people to, you know,
Yeah.
come on, please join us and let's do it and let's run. But what about, okay, we'll definitely come back to that. I've got a very interesting question, but let's move on to Naveed. So Naveed, since you're a co-owner of Islam or Run With Us, how did you two decided that this is a club which we are going to form?
Just to add to what Qasim has actually mentioned, we were just a group of friends who were involved in these healthy activities like running and cycling.
Yeah.
And mostly we used to do it amongst ourselves. But we realized one thing very quickly, actually, that first of all, there are very few people in Islamabad who are actively pursuing these activities.
All right.
And secondly, there was no platform or there is no club or group, which people could join and, get involved in these activities and learn about these activities as well. Because it's a sport. You have to learn about it, you have to understand it. And, so the idea was, that we formed these two clubs, Islamabad Run With Us and Mountain Biking Islamabad, to provide people with a platform so that they can come, join, and meet like-minded people who are involved in these activities and motivate them, to get started. And that was the main aim. So Alhamdulillah, the response has been great. I think the Mountain Biking Islamabad Club has been here for 3 years now, and the Islamabad Run With Us has been here for more than 1 year. And in these few years, the groups have grown immensely. We started with just a few runners, and now in our group runs we have dozens of people joining. Our maximum group runs we had more than 75 people. So
and this is one thing which I would love to ask. For example, we do have this newer trend of boot camps. People come over here for 42 days and 30 days, and then they put up pictures, look at the differences as well. How different do you guys feel after running for 3 years or more years as well? Because you guys have been running and cycling for quite a longer period now. So he came down from 110 to, I don't know what you were, 80. What about you? So I think this is something which is going to motivate other people too as well.
Absolutely. As far as I'm concerned, I didn't lose that much weight actually, but I think I've definitely noticed that my fitness has improved a lot. And one thing which running and cycling does is that it's very addictive. Once you're used to being fit, then you cannot let go of it.
Exactly.
So I think it motivates you further that you're fit and you have to keep fit. So in my case, I haven't shed a lot of weight actually, but as far as addiction is concerned, fitness-wise,
you feel great when you run. Very nice. Let's move on to Bakir. So Bakir, how did you become a part of this team?
Basically, I met these guys. We were just, unfamiliar with each other. So we basically met through this activity.
All right.
So they took the initiative, and then when I found out on the internet that there is a group of guys who are like-minded, so I decided to join them. I went to the morning run one day, and I feel like really good to be a part of this group. And
what time in the morning?
Yeah, usually we in the summers we start at around 6:30.
All right.
Very early in the
That's
morning.
good for your business too, since you're an entrepreneur too.
It's really good. Yeah, it gives us a lot of motivation, and early morning runs and healthy activities gives you strong feeling, and it helps you throughout the day.
Exactly.
So that was the main aim for me to join the group, and then later on I find out that these guys are really like healthy people, and they.
How was it for you for the very first time when you went for running? How was it for you? Did you got tired, or were you like, oh, please wait for me, I'm sitting down for a moment?
Oh yeah, actually, for the very first day, it was really tiring for me. It was not easy, and these guys were like going for a uphill mountain run.
All right.
And that's very interesting for me. Like I was not used to of going to uphill runs.
Yeah.
And we were going to like from Zoo to Dhamneko.
All right.
So it was quite difficult for me to cope with that. But in the end, yeah, I hardly managed to reach up there, and it gives me more motivation, and give me
And from
strong
then
feeling.
onwards, you're a part of it.
Exactly. From there, I just started that this is a really good thing.
Amazing. So let's move on to Wasim over here. Wasim, we'll definitely come back to the point where I mentioned about you going from Chandni Chowk to China, but let's talk about Islamabad Run With Us, and Mountain Biking Islamabad.
Okay. So basically, I started cycling back in 2009, but there were like 5 to 6 people in Rawalpindi. We have no idea that we could, create groups on social media. So we used to do long tours to Patriata, to Murray as well.
The way they say it in Pindi, Ruto pe ja rahe hain.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But right after that, through a friend, I heard that there was a group in Islamabad who used to organize such events.
All right.
So we joined them and we found out that there is a potential on social media, and we can gather people, the like-minded people who have a love and passion for sports, especially running and cycling. So we got all together, we formed a group on Facebook, and in the beginning there were like 8 to 9 members. But if you see it now on Facebook, we have like over 4,000 members right now.
Wow, that's cool. And active
Yes.
members as well.
Absolutely.
Active members.
Well,
as well,
let me just
exactly.
come back to Qasim over here. So now, what I wanted to ask at that certain point was, how do you make a plan or a schedule? Because, you know, for example, if there are newer people who are joining your group and they want to run, for example, Bakir for the very first time when he joined you, you guys were running uphill. Now, do you actually consider that, you know, since you are going to have newer members today or day after tomorrow when you're going to go for a run, so how do you decide that which places to go to? Because while you guys are running or mountain biking, you guys are exploring Pakistan too, because I've seen all of those videos and we are going to share one too as well. So how do you plan on this?
Well, actually, we have a Facebook page for Islamabad Run With Us and MTB Islamabad.
You can
as
share
well.
the name
Yeah.
of the pages too.
It's actually facebook.com/Islamabad Run With Us. This is our it's the running page, and mountain biking page is Islamabad Run With Us /MTB Islamabad.
Right.
So we actually make events, create events on Facebook, like 3 to 4 days before. Like on Saturday is our running day, and Sunday is our mountain biking day.
All right.
So we actually create the event by Wednesday or Thursday. So we put all the details on the event page, and also we upload the route and map as well.
All right.
And we also mention the toughness level of the run or ride.
How do you
So-
decide? Because, you know, since you guys are runners yourself, you guys have been running half of marathons. So something which might be difficult for me is
Yeah.
not difficult for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to add to what, sorry,
Yeah.
Qasim.
Sure.
Just to add to what Qasim has mentioned, we have to cater for all the audience.
Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, that when we started, we found out that there were few people who are actively pursuing the sport. So mostly, you know, the people who join us, they are beginners. And their first concern is that, you know, we won't be able to keep up with you.
Yeah.
And that's what we tell them, that you don't have to keep up with us, we will keep up with you. So what we do is that we have to cater for all of them. So mostly our events, even if we are doing a tough run,
Yeah.
we have members of our administrators who are actually keeping up with the slow runners, and we are encouraging them all the time during the runs. So the idea is that we to create the run. I mean, the thing is that in Islamabad there are so many beautiful places.
Yeah.
We choose amongst ourselves that okay, this is a good place for running. Let's go there this weekend.
Yeah.
And what we do is that we have to cater,
And
since
we've
we
got
have.
these pictures too as well
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
people to view.
So since
This
we
is
have to cater
actually-
for all levels of runners,
Yeah.
so what we do is that one of the admin is involved with the fast runners, and one of the admins is involved with the slow runners, and one of the admins is involved
And what
with
about kids? I can see
Yeah.
very small kids as well.
Yeah, actually, it was our event, family gala event back in March, I believe, Naveed.
Yeah, I think
March
so.
or April.
March, yeah.
So it was actually organized by Islamabad Run With Us and Aero Cycling, and CDA was one of our
So
organizers. as well.
I mean, for example, when it involves kids, women, and all of these people, and you're going at 6 early in the morning, you have to be very cautious about certain things as well. There can be people who are actually coming back from I don't know where, but they can bug you too as well. So how do you guys secure the environment as well?
Well, actually, we normally usually do our group runs and rides early in the morning,
Okay.
right? But once a month we do evening group runs as well. For those who cannot join early in the morning, and for families and kids.
Yeah.
So we actually arrange the run inside the F9 park.
Okay.
So we welcome families and kids to join us, because
that's
you
great.
know if kids start this healthy activity, they'll be healthier in future.
What
look
time
at
is that
this
in the
picture.
morning?
It was around. We were actually coming back from Munal, so the time was 8 in the morning.
Seven,
Around
eight,
7 in the
8:30.
morning in summers. This picture, this is actually the third day of Eid.
Wow, that's just cool. I mean, we've got some other videos as well, but I just want to move on to Wasim very quickly. So your trip to China, why do you think there was a need for you to go on a bicycle when we've got aeroplanes and whatnot?
The thing is that cycling is a sport that I consider is very glorious, because I have been good in many other sports as well. Played cricket when I was a kid, I was very good at it. Then I moved on to football, played it on a college and school level as well. I was very good at that. But once when I started to fell in love with cycling,
Yeah.
I started doing it, and then I begin to achieve that kind of fitness that I thought was not possible before,
All right.
and I got addicted. And basically, the time when I did that China tour,
Yeah.
I was trying to do an event in
What is
China
this?
as
What is
well.
this?
This is basically rollers. I am cooling down after my event. So there was a race, and right after that, I went back to my place. I put the bike on the roller, and I was just spinning.
Oh, so it's all professional. I mean,
Yeah, it's
very
all
nice.
professional. It's all about aerodynamics. It's all about technology as well. It's all about your physical fitness and your proper training as well. This is my team.
And where are we right now?
This is China, K2 Youth Hostel in
So you made to
Kashgar.
China already.
Yeah.
So let's discuss about all of those challenges which you had to face while you were on your way to China.
The first challenge would be the financial, and
Alright.
that you have to get permission from your family. So that was the biggest hurdle I had. After that, I was very feeling nervous that it is gonna be a long journey, and I would be going to some unknown places that
Yeah.
I have never been before.
And that too on a bicycle.
Exactly.
And all by yourself, or were there people in a car in the back or whatnot?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was all alone.
Oh my God.
Yeah. There were supposed to be two guys with me, but our schedules weren't, keeping up.
But you
so
kept
I
on
decided-
going and you kept on
Yeah,
going.
exactly.
Can,
I had
can you
to
share
reserve-
the route which you went through?
I started from Rawalpindi, from Chandni Chowk. I
Charlie
went
Chowk to China.
Exactly, Chandni Chowk to China. You have seen the film?
Yeah, I've seen the film.
The Bollywood film, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've decided to create a version of myself. So
That's
yeah.
cool. So what happened? What did your father say when you went? Oh, Abu, I want to talk about something. आप पुत्र क्या कहना? Oh, Abu, I want to go to China on my cycle, Abu. अरे पागल हो गया क्या? जूता किधर है मेरा? So,
Yeah,
was it something
exactly.
like this?
Yeah, he used to, resist in the very beginning, but after that, when he saw my passion, and he thought like this is better than doing drugs or
It is.
robbing someone in the street. He is doing something positive, so I'm gonna leave him be.
Oh, amazing. And what about your mother? Hi, Enuna kallo tusi.
She was calling every day on my cell phone, and
So where did you charge your cell phones? Where did you take showers? And did you make stops in between? Tell us about everything. Did you meet your eternal love as well, or somebody? Because that's what you see in films while you're cycling or something. You come across somebody and you fall in love, and it's
He's
properly
like
Charlie
eternal,
Chowk to
his
China.
eternal love is already a bicycle.
yeah, that's my first love, and the second love was the mountains
All right.
and the north. And it was such an amazing trip. I was very glad that I did.
And how was your reception in China?
Reception in China, well, basically it was totally a surprise.
Okay.
Because I was planning to do it all the way in the Xinjiang province, China. But due to the security reasons, they wouldn't allow me. I was told that I could cycle within the city, but not throughout, because if you start doing traveling from Kashgar to Tashkurgan, it is like more than 300 kilometers, and there is nothing in between.
No shops,
being,
no nothing.
No nothing.
Do we have a road, by the way, in between?
Yeah, the road is good. Yeah, surprisingly.
Because you said there's nothing, I was like, okay, fine. Okay, we'll definitely come back to that. But ladies and gentlemen, Samba Run With Us actually came up with very amazing videos which we need to promote and share on our Facebook pages or on social media platforms, because of the fact that we are trying to project the soft image of Pakistan, and we need the world to know how beautiful Pakistan is. There's one more video to it, and then we'll go for a short break. And when you guys are going to come back, I'm going to ask them whether they are going to run to China and then come back to as well, whether they have such ideas or not. Let's see this video. Long live Pakistan.
YouTube link.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for everybody who just got tuned into PT World, you watching World this morning alongside Shahzad Khan. Today we have been joined by the administrators and the owners of Islamabad Run With Us and the administrators of Mountain Biking Islamabad as well. Earlier we were in conversation with Mr. Wasim, who actually made his way from Chandni Chowk to China on his bicycle, and there were quite a lot of challenges, and I even tried asking whether he found his love, somebody whom he loves or not. So he said that, his first love is cycles, bicycles, and the second love is mountains. But now let's just come back to Qasim over here. So Qasim, are you guys planning on doing something, for example, running to China or probably to Afghanistan or to Iran, for all of those borders we have? Do you have any plans? Because just to have a greater market impact, I think such activities are necessary, or not even necessary, but will have a very positive impact.
Well, nothing is impossible in this world. You can do it, but definitely, if we get the financial support, then we can try.
But what kind of financial support is required? For example, how much did it cost to go to China on your cycle? And did you come back on your bicycle too, or you came back on an aeroplane?
It costed me around 45,000
That's it?
PKR. Yeah, and I kept it very low.
Wow.
I was on a very limited budget. I made it all out of my pocket, and thank God to Aerocycling, they basically sponsored me for the bike.
Very
or
nice.
otherwise it would have been very
I mean,
difficult
that's
for
even
me.
cheaper than Thailand, yeah. I think I'm going to go get my bicycle fixed and go to China.
And let me add one thing. You can do this trip like a dozen times on a motorbike or on a motor car.
Really?
But you are not going to experience the thing that I have experienced on
And how
on the
long?
bicycle.
How long does it take on a bicycle?
It took me 7 days to reach to Khunjrab Pass
And for how long have you been cycling in all of these 7 days?
in the daylight.
In the
I was-
daylight, that's
yeah,
it.
during
And at
the
night you will
daylight.
just go sleep, rest.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I had my tent and everything. I
Alright.
had my hygiene, my first aid kit. I had like 20 kg of luggage with me.
On
the
your bicycle.
Yeah, exactly.
You must feel like this. I mean, a hunchback. When you get off the cycle as well, because for all day, you've been cycling. I mean, big round of applause for you guys. Please
Thank
give
you.
him a big round of applause.
Thank you so
Why are you
much.
saying thank you? He went to China. But it's perfectly all right. Baqi bhai, what about you? How do you plan? Because you're an administrator of MTB as well, and then Islamabad Run With Us.
Yeah.
Your future plans. How do you want to train people, and why do you want people to get fit? Yeah. What does it
Basically,
concern you?
fitness is all about like your lifestyle. It changes your lifestyle. You go and you look like you give a positive image.
Yeah.
And it depends. Like, for instance, in the future, we are planning to organize like such runs, such events in Islamabad where more people would like to join us, and we are focusing on the female part as well. We want the females to join us in the groups, and they can participate, and they can also live a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah,
So
let's
that's our
talk
future
about that.
goals.
Let's talk about that. I think we'll move on to Naveed over here. Because quite a lot of times over here within our society, women are very reluctant to join such groups. I mean, even when you mentioned about aerocycles as well, I think this is one of the groups where I've actually seen females joining them as well.
Exactly.
So how do you think that we can promote this culture of, first of all, it will be a culture of equality too as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
That, okay, if men can go early in the morning to run, I think women can do the same too as
Absolutely.
well. But I don't think that this is what the problem is. I think the problem is that women do not feel secure amongst so many other men being around as well or running. So how do you think that we're going to bring about this?
I think that is one of the concerns that women have. Whenever they contact us, they say that do you have any other women participating in your runs?
Yeah.
And so this is a concern, and that's one of the reasons very few women have actually participated. But what we are doing is that we're trying to mainstream this thing. We're trying to make sure that more and more people know about these events. More and more people know about Islamabad Run With Us, so that women also feel comfortable joining our events. One of the things that we're doing, you mentioned about our future plans. So what we've done so far is that we have had these two events in which we involved the CDA, Capital Development Authority, because they can provide security on all those stuff.
Yeah.
So and we did those events within the F9 Park Islamabad, where there was security and everything, and lots of women actually participated. In one of our last events, we had around dozens of women.
100 plus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
100 plus
plus
participants.
participants,
Yeah.
including dozens of women who participated. In our morning group runs, we have less number of women, but there are women who are participating, and the idea is to promote it so that women feel comfortable.
Well,
doing
that is amazing. And the one idea which I came up with was that, for example, we can actually request the law enforcement agencies to provide us with female sergeants. And I think that that's going to be a cool idea.
Yeah.
If we can have them, or a patrol car as well, for example, if there's any, but by the way, God forbid, if there's any emergency, what kind of mechanisms do we have to handle the emergency?
Well, we basically carry the medical kit with us.
First aid kit.
First aid kit. So, like couple of our admins can do can provide the first aid. So
no, but do we have any forms to fill up that, for example, your medical history or something, if somebody is not
Absolutely.
asthmatic or something like that? So we really need to run these checks too as well, no?
Absolutely. I think especially in mountain biking, because
Yeah.
it's more dangerous as compared to running. So in mountain biking, whenever we have an event in which we believe that there are chances of accidents and everything, so we have an online form. We ask our members to fill that form, in which they provide those all those necessary information, that whether they are good enough to be able to ride downhills and all that stuff. So for mountain biking, we have that. For running, I think we mostly run in Islamabad, and I think in
That's
running we
safe.
don't involve. Yeah, it's mostly safe.
I
But
think
cycling,
that's
we
good.
do that.
What about mountain biking? Do you guys provide all the people with mountain bikes, or everybody needs to bring their own?
no, everybody needs to bring their own mountain bike, because we don't. There's a cycling company in Islam, club in Islamabad, Aero Cycling. They provide cycling on rent basis, but we don't.
But we do provide them with assistance in terms of how to get a good bike, what kind of bike is
Share a quick tips. I mean, for all those people who've actually been looking for good bicycles, I think share a few quick tips. I think we'll move on to Wasim for that.
Well, we have our own guys who have created the shop in Shakarpariya.
Okay.
It goes by the name Aero Cycling Exo. So basically, if you wanna have like tips and tricks on how to get a new bike and what kind of a bike that you wanna get to begin with, so that's the best place that you can go. There are professional guys who are basically trained to guide, and because everybody has his own weight and height and everything, so they will provide specialized bike that is according to your need, according to your height and weight, so they can guide you well.
I mean, well, I asked for quick tips, but you actually mentioned the shop name, and you said that this is what you need to do to go over there, and they'll tell you. Now, just a few quick tips. For example, I still do not know that what needs to be the height of my seat as well. I mean, how do we decide that? Because it needs to be related with the knee too, right?
Exactly.
So how do we,
So
tell us a few quick tips.
Yeah, so it includes all the angles in your legs and in your arms as well. So basically, it is a quick, like a bike fit. It is a complete, totally another science that you have to deal with. It is not like I can, or like a doctor can cure you out on the street. You have to go to the hospital.
All right, so we definitely have to go to the expert, ladies and gentlemen. But now, okay, one by one, anything which you want to share and your future plans with Islamabad, Run With Us and mountain biking Islamabad.
Well, the message is that follow us on our Facebook pages, and we do weekly group runs. Just subscribe to our events page and join us and join the healthy culture. And we welcome, male and female kids to join us.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So they're being very inclusive, very nice of you.
Yeah, I think the message is to get involved in fitness-related activities, running, cycling, and we have the platform now in Islamabad, so it's a good chance for you. Get involved. And one thing which I want to share is that in a couple of months' time, we are planning to have official half marathon in Islamabad.
Wow.
We have.
And where is it going to take place?
We haven't decided it yet. It has to be in Islamabad, but we are trying to involve CDA and all those relevant authorities in that.
We actually need to get the NOC, so this is something that
I think we can help you with the NOC.
yeah.
Oh,
So if we
great.
get the
That
NOC,
would be great.
we can organize a half marathon. Even marathon is possible because we have lots of good runners now.
We'll
So-
definitely talk about it after the show. Let's not discuss NOCs on the show as well because it's like no objection certificate, ladies and gentlemen. I hope nobody's got an objection to that. But Bakir, I've got a different question for you. I don't want you to give them a message or anything. So since the time that CDA decided that they're going to be mountain bike lanes over here or biking lanes over here in Islamabad, do you think that there has been an increase in cycling trends?
Obviously, it really helped the people, and we on our side we also promoted that, and we really support the initiative by the CDA.
Yeah.
And recently, I'm going to tell you that we have also created a trail, mountain biking trail in Shakarpadiya.
Wow.
So basically, Wasim and other few guys of our admin group, they have just explored the area, and now we are working on it. And hopefully, in future, we will have an off-road biking trail in Islamabad, specialized biking trail.
Wow.
So that's also a good thing.
I think that's going to be cool, and that's a good news too as well. And for Wasim, which country are you going to go to next?
Well, I am not supposed to disclose it because the process is gonna
Okay,
go.
so something's in the box, right?
Yeah, but it is gonna be like in the west.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's going
yeah.
to be in the west. I think that's going to be far, far away, no?
Yeah, most
All
probably.
right,
I'll
so,
try my best, and I wanted to ask, like, add a few things.
Sure.
You started in the very beginning about talking about depression,
Yeah.
right? So basically, I wanted to send out a message to our nation as well. So my message is, you can either take pills for your depression or you can ride your bike.
Yeah.
Choice is yours.
Or probably you can use your legs and run.
Or you can run as
Exactly.
well.
Just
Yeah, you
lace
can
up
do
and
that.
run.
Exactly. So that's what it is. And I've got a good news for you, for all the administrators and the co-owners of Islamabad Run With Us, and that is that PTV World is actually going to use all of your videos within our 24-hour channel content, and we're going to play it with proper names of obviously you and your owners, and it's going to be on television. So this is what we wanted to initiate, and
Thank
we
you.
wanted to promote all of these young people who are actually coming up with something. So thank you very much for
Thank
being
you
with
very
us.
much.
Thank you so
Please
much.
Thank you
make
so
sure
much.
that you keep
Yes.
on doing that. And I think Islamabad Run With Us needs to go to other cities too as well. This is what I feel, and this is how we are going to be very inclusive. There are beautiful places up north, KPK, Gilgit-Baltistan, Balochistan, Sindh, and for all of those finances, I think what we need to do is that we need to create an event on Facebook and tell them that, pay us so that we can go. And I think that's going to be a free and a joyous ride too as well. Thank
Yeah,
you very
inshallah.
much for
Thank you
joining
so
us.
much.
Thank you
Lovely
so
to
much.
have you guys. For all
Thank you
those
so
people who are out there, please make sure that you stay fit and healthy. You've got all the platforms over here, and once you guys are going to call them to your cities, they will definitely come. Please make sure that you do. If you want any other piece of information, write to us on our Facebook fan page, which is with the name of World This Morning. On Twitter, it's World This Morning without a G. On Dailymotion and YouTube, it's World This Morning and World This Morning. The fabulous repeat's going to be at 11 p.m. Till the next time, look after yourselves and vow to run 1, 2, 3. Good morning.